I've made Chastity a co-host as well, just in case. But welcome, welcome. Happy Saturday morning. You guys, this is honestly one of the highlights of my week always, regardless of where I am, because there's something about not just like-minded people, but like-hearted. And we had a really fabulous weekend together. And so many of you that were there were amazing, but also so many of you were missed. Like, I want you to know that we think about you. Everyone's on our minds, but we gather here every Saturday morning to basically engage with each other, empower each other, equip each other, and that's through communing with each other to increase our confidence through competence and community. And so here we are on Saturday morning. Today we're going to share hopefully some things that really resonate with you, and mainly a recap of the events. We love to be able to one of the reasons we have events, any of you that are new to network marketing or just direct sales at all, will know that we gather and have you hear these people that go to conventions and events. Anyone that's been around for a hot minute knows more often than not that people have real paradigm shifts and real epiphanies at these events, mainly because we allow ourselves to immerse. So many of us have life that, you're in your own communities and you got groceries and bills and people to drop off and things to do and places to be. And somehow, some way, when you remove yourself from that environment entirely and put yourself somewhere where you have the best shot at immersion and just kind of focus, there some magic happens. And so lots of things happen at events, and also our ability to squeeze each other, hug each other, see each other in person. How lucky are we that we live in a world where we have this kind of technology, where no we are in parked cars or playgrounds, we can meet with one another, but there's something special about human connection. But because each of us go to these events with such different biases and beliefs and backgrounds and places in the business that we are in, leadership or brand new, every one of us has a pen that will take different notes than everyone else. We'll have a very different journal entry based on our own experience and where we're at in the business. And so that's why it's imperative and important that people come, and why, almost like a book club, we all read the same book, but we don't read it to each other. We read the book and then gather so that I can hear what you saw, how you read that page, what lens through which you're looking, and and we all benefit from it. So this morning, I would love to be able to call on some of those that were in attendance. I even gave you guys a bit of a heads up, so don't be shy. And part of leadership is calling on people. So if you're not the first to volunteer, I may or may not be calling on you anyway. And so just make it feel like it was your idea. So I would love to open the floor now to all and any who would like to share, like I put in just 2 or 3 minutes on, especially now that you've had a week for this to land a little bit, on some of the things that you got from the event and to benefit the rest of us. And I see Kat there right in my screen first and foremost, and I know that she had a great
Yeah,
thing.
I'm a
So maybe
highlighter.
Kat, would you mind start us all off, baby?
Yeah, okay. My voice is a little rough. I think I caught something on the plane, so don't mind me. Um, but Where's my water? Oh, okay. Anyway, the event was amazing. I know I don't want to take too much time here, but to me, this one, I connected more with the company, the leadership, the mission, because there were so many stories of real people on stage. It wasn't hype, 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 rah, rah, rah. It was just like real people telling their stories. And a lot of the people on stage were just customer builders, getting these
Sure.
ranks, building customers. That's what I love about this company. And I know it was amazing. So some of the notes that I've highlighted here, things that I want to share. Um, Biggest thing is our job is education and understanding. You don't need to know all the science, you don't need to know all the thing, but you need to know why you're doing what you're doing. And we need to educate and understand. Plant the seed, harvest the seed. I have so many people that I've talked to that like haven't done the test yet, but they're going to do the test. Maybe like you have to be planting seeds constantly. Some of them might sprout 4 months later, some of them might sprout right away. But if you're not constantly talking to people and planting the seeds, you have no business. So I just constantly got to have those tests working for you and talking to people and getting people because they're not going to go right away. They're not going to click and be like, "Oh yeah, sign me up." It takes a while for people to kind of really understand what it is that you have. And numbers don't lie. That was a big thing. So there was a lot of people on stage that were like straight up, it's a math game. And if you are not talking to a lot of people, you won't have anybody join your business. You have to be talking and exposing, talking and exposing, talking and exposing. And on average, it takes 8 to 10 exposures before somebody's like, oh yeah, okay, whether it's a customer or business. So you just kind of have to keep inviting, have to keep signing. And the best way to talk to people, even though social media is amazing, we got to have those face to face. You got to take people out for coffee. You got to talk to them on the phone. You got to invite them over to your house, whatever. Those face to face things are so important. And just there was one lady up on stage that I really resonated with, and she was wearing white, and I can't remember her name. But if you guys were there, you know who I'm talking about. Um, and she was talking about how so many of us do things the wrong way, where we get in these business and we just fire hose information at people, and then we wonder why it doesn't work. You have to center and lead yourself first and identify what your belief system is. Do you believe in network marketing? Do you believe in Zinzino and our mission and what we're doing here? And do you believe in the products and what they can do? And do you believe in yourself? And if you don't have these four things covered, then when you're talking to people, you might not be the energy that you're projecting is not going to be good. You have to believe. So you have to work on yourself first and make sure that you're leading yourself first. Right? You got to lead yourself. You got to have the discipline to do stuff on your own, to make the time to learn the things and to reach out and work on yourself. You are the best investment that you will ever make is yourself. Okay? So, and then and you can change your path. Like if you haven't been successful, you can change, you can work on yourself. And just one last thing, if you don't have let's see. Yeah, get your message in front of people, tell stories, tell your journey, but make sure that you get a rock solid belief in yourself, the mission that we have, and what we're doing. And my recommendation, totally off topic, what I've got some of my team members doing now is a miracle morning. That process, if you haven't heard of it, look up the book, get it. There's a miracle morning for network marketers. It will change your life. I'm not, you get up at 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, whatever, before the rest of the household, and you do journaling and meditation and goal setting and visualization and exercise. You do all the things first thing in the morning, and it will rocket launch your personal development. And everything starts in here. You have to get here good first. That's about it for me. Okay, does anyone else want to go? Ariana's frozen, I think.
Hey guys. Hey, I can go
Oh
next.
no.
So, oh,
Taff is gonna go. Yeah.
so okay. So one of the things for me was this was my first Zinzino National Conference. And this to me was just a confirmation. Not that I wasn't already sure where we were, but it was just and I'm seeing these little flags right here in the yard, and I'm like, just to plant your flag of where you are and where you want to be. So for me, I want options for my family, and I want options for you guys. I had a heart to heart with Nathan, and I had to really share with Nathan how I need to be led. So, for example, as a leader, he may call me and say, hey, you need this to be a team. You need this to go pro team 100 or blah, blah. And I said to him, the way I'm led is what does my team need? So what does Jeanette need? What does Vanita need? What does Kat need? What does Win need? That's what drives me is what do the people on my team? So when we went through the color personalities and all of that, it was so impactful because it's how I'm led. It's how I like to prospect. And it was just confirmation. If y'all haven't listened to Al Schreider, is his name? Uh, talk through the color personalities. It's amazing to hear how you can use that in leadership, how you can use that in prospecting, how she agrees, how you can use that in every area of your business. And so for me, it's not just what do I need to succeed. I know what this industry can create for every one of you. This is a vehicle that we have. And to watch that room be where it was this past weekend and to know, and many of you can, if you're here, if you've watched rooms go from 400 to 800 to 1,000 to 2,000, guys, we're in the right time at the right place. And so I want to encourage you. I had not done, and many of y'all saw my video, but I hadn't done a here's where I am and here's where I'm planting my flag. And I did that video, and so many people, I let it get a little bit of engagement for a day or so. And people are like, what are you doing? Where are you going? Because people are nosy. And then when I started sharing, and they're like, Chas, you're so excited about this product. Like, I haven't heard you this excited about a build in a long time. And so for me, it was just really
Something happened.
Yeah, I think we lost her.
Well,
Maybe
I'm
her
so,
phone.
and I'm always like sketched out about my own phone. I was like, is it me? But then you all had the look on your face. So, um, she'll, she'll be back. As you guys can tell, she got fired up. There's a lot of things, and you can tell not just fired up. What we always have learned, and so we're going to go on to the next one, is that knowledge isn't for knowledge. Knowledge is for action. And you can always tell by somebody's conviction, not from what they say or how they're feeling after, but what they go do. And I've seen Chastity have more engagement and more, action items since we got back this past week than I have yet. So thanks for that. I'm sure she'll get back on. But who'd like to go next? I just see Dennis up there in the top left corner. You're like right in my view. So maybe Dennis, I know you had a heart shift too.
For me, I mean, everything that everybody else has said, but community is the big thing for me. And being at the events, everybody used to say it's really important to be at the events, and I can attest to the fact that it is. Being a part of a community every time blows me away. And I think I've hit the peak of being blown away. And then I go to the next one and I'm blown even more away. And I've always been a person who's been intimidated by people who are, and I'm not sure how to say this, but I will say in power that I viewed higher than me, better than me, whatever. And this community, I'm still in awe of all of you who are really blowing it away. I'm a little slower at this stuff, but I'm never made to feel lesser than the person I view at the highest in the whole community. And that is amazing. It's something that I know I need to feel, and I feel it here wholly, genuinely, and purely. And I know there are other people who feel that way too, but maybe don't say it. And I was always one of the ones who kind of sat quietly back in the back. And I don't feel that way with this group. And that's so important. Um, but yeah, community is probably one of the biggest things for me in all of it. And I can't emphasize enough how important it is to try and be at the events if you're able. And I know people have things in their lives sometimes that come up. I know I have, and some of that is what slows me these days. But um, I'm still here, and I'm still feeling it. And I know with Zinzino, this is probably my last foray in network marketing, and I intend on it being a long one. So that's all I have.
Thank you so much. We do love you, Dennis. No matter what, like this is the thing, right? Love is it's kind of how I feel in this business. I tell my kids, I'm like, wow, the crazy thing is my love for you is not dependent on your choices. It just is. It just exists. And the feeling is real. Thank you, Dennis. I remember once a long time ago, you guys hearing that in scripture, one of the most used words, in the Bible and all scripture is the word remember. It says, oh, remember, remember my son, or oh, remember, remember. Like it's always the word remember because we just need a constant, reminding of what we're a part of, why we chose this thing. Do we choose it again? So it was really important, like you said, to be amongst each other and to always be in positions where you're like, oh, I remember. So here we are. I see Vanita nodding along, and I know that you had your own gold mine of some, aha moments and epiphanies. So Vanita, if you don't mind sharing.
Good morning, everyone. I was not prepared for this, but I do have my little book and I did take some notes. I think just learning how to we've talked a couple of times about the color personalities, and Kat shared a little bit on where we can find some of that data, and also just self-development. Kat talked about the miracle morning. I posted in the Houston group, I'll post in the Bedrock group yesterday. I found on Spotify you can get some really great things with your premium account. So if you have Spotify, I'll drop a Tony Robbins. I think mindset is everything. We get in our own head. And one of the things that they talked about was doing the thing, actually doing the thing. That if you're, where's my page? Where's my page? You know, if you're going through, for me, it's making the graphics, it's doing the slides, it's thinking about who I'm going to call. All of those things are not actually the work. And so actually making the call is doing the work. But a lot of that is belief in ourselves, belief in what we're going to say, conviction in what we believe in. Do we actually believe that this works? Yes, we have the test results. And those of us who have retested, we have the retest results. And so, but nailing down your language. Big Al has some great resources to tap into, and just making sure that we're building people. We're not building a business. We're building people. People out there are sick. I am among those, right? And so the population in the United States and in Canada, which is our reach right here, right now, and even in Peru for Sue and her family. And so everyone is dealing with inflammation in their body, whether they know it or not. Based on what we're eating, we have inflammation in our body. So whenever we care about others, that's genuine, right? And so no one can fake a genuine caring. If not, it can be smelled. So what am I doing? Where am I going? And who am I trying to help? I think is super important to kind of pinpoint. And one of the things that Big Al said was, do you want to live longer or die quickly? Like, that was super simple. I was like, hey, I want to live longer. He said, do you want more money or less money? Well, everybody wants a little more money, right? And one of the things, this may not be for you, but I'll let you decide. If not, maybe someone. Those are some really key phrases that I wrote down that are just simple to try to remember. And he has a lot of those in his books. You can find those for free online. You can find those, paid through your Audible. He narrates his own Audibles. Are you the type of person who likes helping people? Would it be okay if you got paid for it? And so those are just some simple ways to talk to people, that's not complicated at all. And so I really loved being at the event. I loved being around everybody, the energy in the room. We got a lot of great ideas. And so hopefully you are able to log on today. Today is the summer ambition. It is free to everyone. If you go to bedrockacademy.org, it's on the top of every single page how you get in there. But I'm going to tell you real quick, log into your partner account, click at the shop button on the top right-hand corner, go to events, go to summer kickoff, and up until the time that they start broadcasting, it's going to have the schedule. Once they start broadcasting, it will be on that page, and it is free for everyone. So if you didn't get to go to Houston, you can absolutely attend the summer kickoff today. And that's all I got.
Thank you, Vanita. Jeanette, are you where you can share? I think we're all working remote.
No,
Yeah,
can you hear me?
Is it
Can
her?
you
Are we
hear
waiting
me?
for her? Yeah.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, there she is.
Like, I can't figure out on my phone how to unmute them myself. I just want to say, hold on, let me put on so I just, first of all, I want to show that I have my Z Life shirt on, if y'all can see me. So I just want to say that it was and so amazing to meet everybody in person, because I feel like that's kind of the key for this. Like, we see each other online, we chat to each other on Facebook, but we really don't know somebody until we're like belly to belly sharing our hearts. And so I got to
heart share with so many people this weekend. I got to just kind of see where they are, and it lit such a fire in me because there are genuine people who care about me and who want me to win. And I had never felt that before. I've been to other network marketing conferences. And so the last conference for the last company Chas and I were in, it was very flashy. There were lots of lights, there was big parties. But what was missing for me was the connection. There was no connection. It was like the leaders that were walking across the stage that were in top positions were separated from us regular folk and didn't want to talk to us, didn't want to share other than what they were sharing on stage. And they really didn't give you practical, tactical things to do. It was just kind of either you're in or you're out. So I felt that. And then also, what I really, really loved was I was sitting in this row, and all of a sudden, Orion came and he sat in the row in front of me. He's about to go on stage in a little bit. He's sitting there, and as Jordan is talking, he literally gets his phone out and he's taking photos of the notes that she's going over to tell us how we went on social and how we do things. I mean, does he have to do that? No, but his heart to do that just really caught my heart. Like, he actually cares. I just felt like everybody cared, and that just mattered. I could see people's heart, and that's really what mattered. And so I felt like this is a company I want to stay with. This is a company that I want to see win, and they want to see me win. The feeling was mutual. It wasn't like sell, 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 make us money. It was more like we are in this for the long haul to help people. And that just caught my heart. So if you're able to go back in and watch some of these, even if you were there and you missed something, I feel like there's great value. Yes, there's sciencey stuff. Yes, there's teaching, but the heart that came through was just what caught me. So I'm on fire, y'all. Posting, doing the things. I told Chas I was going to do the dang thing, and I'm doing it. So I appreciate y'all. Love y'all.
Thank you so much. Who wants to go? Who's got a burning desire to share next before we call on you? All right. Well, I know Marie's got her camera off and her mic off, but Marie, if you are somewhere close, I know that you were emotional when you were leaving and filled with a lot of gratitude and love, but if you'd like to share a minute and can.
Yes. Can you see me and hear me? I'm driving.
There you are. We see you and hear you.
Okay. Yes, you are. Most heart at convention that I've had in a long time. I like everybody is saying, the community, the willingness to help, the guidance, the leadership. It's not that. I mean, I feel like our leaders, like you and Chas and Barry. I don't feel like y'all are up top and we're all here. I feel like we're all on this level, that we're a family and a unit, and we're all having for each other, everybody where they need to be. And it's not just, oh, here's this task, if you want to do it, that's fine. It's what can we do to help? And it's from the top all the way down to people like me who just, I've been in other things with Chas, and just like Jeanette said, there was not a lot of leadership, but this is different. It's family, it's community, it's pulling together, and the encouragement for just small wins is huge to somebody that
play piano, chill music and stuff.
That doesn't ever feel like they're seen or heard. And for me, Houston was the whole trip. When you made that statement, Ariana, about I'm alive, I can't be a tugboat. Well, that resonated, and it's helped me to realize that I have purpose and I can do things and I can do hard things and people are going to love me and help me through it. And to me, that grabbed me more than anything. And it's not just our bedrock. It's from the top, from Orion to Hilda down. I mean, Larry, everybody that's involved, Art, Nathan, I mean, they're all, what can we do to help? And to me, that's huge. So I was very touched by everybody and their willingness to help and encourage. So I love this family and we're all going to be successful. We're all going to work together to make it happen. So y'all have a good day.
I love you so much. Thank you for sharing. And what I want to say is that everyone, I was just saying this to my son last night. We're having lots of talks. He's getting like bombarded with offers and these other club volleyball things now, like right when his season ends and you think you have a break. No, all these people are calling about next season. But I was talking about about the power of contribution, and this life and this joy of ours has way less to do with what we get and so much more to do with what we get to contribute in environments and things we're a part of. And Marie, every one of those Z Life shirts, every one of the things that everyone got a baggie, everyone got a black t-shirt to bring because her gift is that she owns this company, it's printing company. And like to say that it unified is an understatement. And everyone at the conference was asking us where we got these Z Life shirts because they weren't team shirts. They were just Zeno shirts that said test, don't guess. And she brought me, even so thoughtful, brought me my own little special thing and t-shirt that I'll talk to you in for a minute. But thank you for all you do, Marie, and that how you helped contribute to our team feel and community. Sally, I just saw your post. I have one for you, baby. So Chas, you're back on. I think you just got cut off, and I wanted you to be able to, if you're in a position, just share. I want you to make sure that you had all your closing thoughts that you wanted to say, that you got to say.
Okay, well, I don't know. I'm going to watch y'all's faces to see if I'm connected. I can see Dennis really well. So Dennis, you just give me a thumbs up or thumbs down if y'all can't hear me. But, I just wanted to say we're in the right place and we have to be proud of that. And a lot of times we think people know what we're doing. They know what we're standing for. And we just assume. And we all know what happens when we assume. So, just really get connected to your social spaces. Let them know that you're locking in here and the conviction that we have when we talk to people about getting tested. This is something that it's our obligation to give them the information and then they get to decide. It's my obligation to give you a very clear vision of what network marketing can do for you. As far as your goals, your dreams. I don't want your goals and dreams to look like Chas's. I want them to look like whatever they look like for you, whether you want to start an animal nonprofit or a human nonprofit, if whatever it looks like for you. I want that reality to become true for you. And when we looked on stage, we saw the hope and belief of they can do it, I can do it. And like I was saying, I don't know if I got cut off, but I was just saying that we watched rooms grow from 400. If you're in Orlando, you saw the number, and then it grew to now. And it's going with or without you, my friends. And the unfortunate part that I've learned in this space is the people that take this team to 100,000, the people that take this team to 150,000, they may not be the people that take this team to 500,000. And many of you know that unfortunate truth. But here's what I do know. The ones that do stick and stay, they will be part of just organic growth that's going to be happening here. So the conversations are endless. I think Kat, before I even could get landed, she went and did 2 blood tests for me there in Fort McMurray. And this is somebody that I had been connected with for years. And she's like, I need to know what you're doing. And so I'm here in Texas. She's there. And she was able to go take a test to the husband and wife because they're like, what is it that you're doing? So we give them the information, we educate, and we keep moving. So I'm excited for you guys because I know what we're going to do here. I just hope that y'all will come in with the same conviction. There's nothing like an event. I get it. However, you get to decide the momentum and excitement. We've got those lives that are happening. If you can listen for a minute, if you can listen for, the whole hour, get on them, get plugged in, and know that we're here to lock in and to lead beside you. So thank you. I know Sue is on here. I'll call her out. Let's see who else can I call out. Yeah. Sue, I'll call you out.
Yeah, I think it's just Sue, and I see Anne on. I just don't want to miss anyone that was at the event that wanted to share. But anyway, just I think Sue and Anne are the only ones left that haven't shared. But Sue, if you could go ahead.
Yeah, good morning. Sorry, I do have a sore throat. I got some bug or something from I guess from the weekend. But no, it was amazing. I've been to other events too, and it was just like totally different for me. Uh, and the word community is mentioned, but for me, it's like I could even cry right now. But there were moments when I had tears in my eyes, but it was like we are one big family to me, especially not just our team, but all of Zinzino. It's like we're all in this together. I think they were saying that. That's what I was hearing. We're all in this together. But especially with all of y'all, though, the ability to just share our hearts openly. And I was hearing that on stage. People were sharing their faith, they were sharing miracles, and some of those miracles were had me crying. And um, the the things that the products that we have, not just the oil, but like Zeal. I was already in love with Zeal, already using it, and then to hear the stories of what has come out of that, it's actually a missionary kind of stuff. I was like, wow, that just blew me away. And so yeah, I bought some more. So let's buy some more of that. Get this thing going. But yeah, the leadership and hearing that we actually have legends speaking to us, training us in Zinzino. It's like I was like, wow, this is nothing like I have ever experienced in other companies because I've been in multiples as well and really huge events and even had big entertainers entertaining us in one company. Yeah, this was the best by far, and yeah, I can see us going far in this. We have some big dreams. We want to be able to just be free to serve in missions and in particular in Peru. Um, yeah, I mean, we love all of y'all. Um, and we're so thankful for the love that we got when we were there and the stories we were hearing and the training and yeah, Big Al, that the colors, I had heard that before, but I don't know. I heard it in a different way. So I was that got me excited. So yeah, there was a fire lit under the both of us, and so and he's here. So and yeah, Eddie was going around making connections with some of the Hispanic leaders, and they're like anything, they're telling him these are like people up there doing big things. They're like, I'm here for you. Just here's my number, contact me. You need anything. That's the kind of leadership we have. And I'm just amazed. I'm just like, yeah. Yeah, still kind of high from that. But yeah, this little bug or
Oh,
something kind of brought me down a little bit. So, but still, yeah. We love y'all.
thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love all of it. Anne, are you in a position where you can share quickly? I just don't want to leave anyone out that would feel the need to or desire to share. Maybe not.
You might be out doing pets or something and listening in the
She's
background.
probably listening in. That's fine. Um, anyone else want have something that they're wanting to share with the group, share from their heart before, they say going once, going twice?
Oh,
We'd
there's
love to
Anne.
hear.
There's
Okay.
Anne.
I would love to just share quickly. It has nothing to do with conference and everything to do with so right now I'm just preparing dinner for tonight because this totally chokes me up, but there's people that I met in my first company that are coming for dinner tonight. They sold their place in Kelowna and they are traveling across the country. And she messaged me yesterday, hey, Wynn, are you in Saskatoon? I'm like, yes. Will I see you? Will you come for dinner? And I've had video chats with her and But I realized last night that I haven't seen them in real life since 2017. And that, when everyone here is talking about community, it's our obligation to, well, it's not our obligation, but it's our privilege to, when we meet people, to keep those connections. And we never know when those paths are going to keep crossing. And it's just so important. And I just keep hearing, about this event. And I will guarantee you that every time you've been at an event, you've come out like this. So keep this. And it's what we do. It's not about the leadership. This is just my opinion. It is and it isn't. But if we are not leading ourselves and we are not having those conversations every single time we have the opportunity, my brother's friend came here 2 days ago to get a perennial out of the front flower bed. And guess what? He went home. I exchanged his number and sent him some information. And it's like, part of me thinks, oh man. And the other part of me thinks, no, I need to tell him. And so when you ever feel that way, that you're bothering somebody, think about this feeling right now. Think about the feeling that you had over the weekend, and know that we are offering people this. We're offering people their health. We're offering people their finances. We're offering people this community to be part of, and we don't know where that's going to go. And today is a perfect example. And so we have that ability within each of us when we open our mouth and share. So our belief in our product, our belief in our business, using it as I'm cooking, I'm using that lemon oil on everything and it's delicious. And it's like finding easy ways to do this. But it just really, obviously, this, it just warms my heart to be part of such amazing people. And there's amazing people everywhere. And we have already maybe met them, our next best customer, our next best partner. We don't know, but it doesn't matter because we've just made those connections and people love us for who we are. And I think Eric Worre said it this week. And if you haven't seen, he's got a new book out, but he said, stop being a network, or be a networker and not just a network marketer. And a networker is, you guys, we get paid to make friends. So I'm just going to leave it at that.
Thank you so much, Wynn. And I love that story about dinner tonight. What else we're doing here if not relationships? And I'll share a little bit in a minute about what I thought about that with Orion too. So, and there you are, not walking dogs. Share your heart, baby.
Hi. Yes, no, it was, the curse of tech stuff. It always took me a while to get myself back up there because I had to keep flipping around. You know me, that's one of my biggest struggles with this. But I will tell you guys, Houston, I needed that Houston event like nobody's business. I got to have lunch with you, and I got to have lunch with Chastity and do a little bit of role play and give her my business side a little bit. We had a lot of fun with the color stuff, and she's like, "Holy smokes, are you ever a rat?" And she called Barry over for a little bit of backup. But yeah, that's I like to put out the red on the inside. I'm a closet softie, and I can't say enough about the importance of getting to all of the events. I wish I could go to every single one that's there, but like Kat, I run a very busy pet sitting business, and when you've got to run, you got to run. I've gone out to houses in my pajamas and my sneakers. In the wintertime, I've gone walking dogs with my pajamas under ski pants at 2 in the morning because somebody missed a call. This is just what we do is we run when there's a need. And that's why Cinzino is such a perfect fit, is there's a need for it. And I'm here to fill a need, and going behind Win was really intimidating. Win, why did you jump in? You got to be patient. Wait. for the old girl to find herself. But anyway, love you guys all lots. And Dennis, extra hugs. And I got to meet Eddie, and I think we're friends on Facebook. I don't know, but how could you not want to be friends with just everybody that you met? And I met a super lady from Nebraska that was just came over from It Works, and she was just perfect. And then our pizza party got crashed from another lady from Nebraska who was just fabulous. And I can't say enough good things about the events, and I'm really looking forward to the next June one in Orlando. And you betcha, I got my early bird ticket, and I will be there with bells on. So anyway, guys, this is my out. I'm not going to share too much more than that and take up your time. So I'm going to turn everything back over to Ariana, Chastity, or if anybody else wants to weigh in first.
Thank you, Anne. And what I love is that everyone's stories and everyone's shares are so unique to them and their life and their experience. And there's not one single one has been better or worse. I just don't want to make sure we don't miss anyone that wants to.
Eddie would like to speak.
Oh, Eddie, there you are. Yes, please.
Hi, everyone. I am, first of all, grateful to God, grateful to Cincino, and I am grateful my brothers and sisters from Cincino. You know, I am from another country, and right here I am by myself, but finding this kind of persons, sisters and brothers, like we have in Houston, I don't feel alone. I feel like my wife was sharing, we are family, a sisterhood, the brotherhood, the leadership, the humbleness. I thank you for your humbleness and your leadership. Even you are on the top, you show your humbleness, your love, your care. Thank you for that. I am grateful for that. And we are international. And I'm so glad that I have sisters and brothers from different countries. And I think that we are just grateful. And I am in shock because I have other miracles too on my personal life over there in Houston. So, brothers and sisters, thank you very much for over there. That experience in Houston is on my heart, always is on my heart, and you all are on my heart. I appreciate you, all of you, and that was an honor to meet you all. Thank you, and we will be always in touch, and we are family. We are family. Thank you.
Thank you, Eddie. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure to meet you that weekend. There's some people who just have kindness like in their face. You know, there's people who smile from their mouth, and there's people who smile through their eyes, and there's people who just feel like they're smiling through their eyes all the time, just walking around. So thank you for that. You said the word grateful, and it just really choked me up actually, because it's been the primary. Just give me a second. It's been the primary feeling overwhelmingly at the event and since the event, and almost a feeling of, you know, it's time, right? It's time. We all have a lot of gifts that have yet to be given in the ways they were meant to. And our gifts are not meant to just be kept. We weren't given our gifts to get them. We were given our gifts to give them. And I thought a lot about that this weekend, about the gifts that I've been given that have not been used even close to their fullest extent for the betterment of others. I'm someone who needs to be a part of something bigger than myself. I love to be in rooms where people are talking about inspired things and vision, and not seeing the world as it is, but seeing as the world as it could be, that you live in an imagination, that you can't just sit and say, oh, that's just the way things are, when you're someone who can be the light and change the way things are, especially if they need to be changed. Just because something has been done a certain way does not mean it ought to be done a certain way anymore. And that is how I feel about this. I couldn't help but think about the parallels between Bedrock. We called our team Bedrock because it means a sure foundation, and it means the fundamental principles of what's upon which something is built. Omega-3 isn't just omega-3. Okay, omega-3 is a fundamental principle upon which our physical human bodies are built. This is not some hype thing. It's not whatever, but I'm grateful. I've got, lots of epiphanies from the weekend, but I will share this, something that impressed me too. Normally, when you go to companies, the owner of the companies they're not in the crowd, they don't walk through the crowd, they're from the backstage, or when they get called up on the stage, they either come from the back, curtain, or they run up, up the middle aisle and just get to the front of the stage. It must have taken Orion, I'm not going to exaggerate, it must have taken Orion 3 to 5 minutes to get up to the stage when they introduced him, because he came from the back of the room and shook everyone's hands, hugged people he knew, looked at their faces. And even when he was on stage twice, he's in the middle of a sentence and looked down at the audience. He said, oh my gosh, and his face lit up and he's like, I'm so sorry, I just haven't seen them yet and I need to go. And he jumped off the stage and would give people a hug or whatever. And then by the end of the meeting, he's on the chairs cheering in ways that you can't imagine, from genuine enthusiasm. And maybe it's what I needed for cause and for relationships. It's also what I needed from people who show genuine enthusiasm, unapologetically, unabashedly, because they know that what they're doing is bigger. And so I am committed, convicted to finally use social media and this platform as being the place of an educational place it can be. I know a lot of stuff. I got a lot to share. I got a lot of things that can help a lot of people, and it's just time. And when you come from that space, it's not about getting people. It's not about getting customers or getting people to join you. What I have learned is this: our job is simply to let it be known. And all I could think about all weekend was a mentor of mine years ago, when I killed it in business, that said, does everyone you know what you're doing and know that you're looking for people? And if the answer is no, that's your only job. Everyone you know should know what you do, know what you're a part of, know why you're a part of it, know that you want to help people, and know that you're looking to help people, so that if not them, that they may know someone that they do know, which is what Wynn was alluding to with networking. Networking is, who do you know, how can I help, who do you know, and that's it. So I have been on the phone a lot this week because I'm using Tuesday as kind of my official launch with a lot of people, and I've left, I think 41 voice messages. I have 30 to go of people that are in my circle, and I'm simply letting them know, hey, you matter to me. And so it matters to me that you know what matters to me. You know that I'm a health and wellness nut. You know that I know some stuff, but you probably don't know what I do, and that's not okay. And so I'm going to change that on Tuesday at 7. Come and have a listen, and come and learn something that I just learned, and I know you would want to know. And again, no agenda other than just to come, listen, and learn, and know what I'm excited about. But that seems easier than trying to think, oh, I wonder if they're going to be a customer, and I got to talk to them about a balance test and this balance, or and this oil. That's not it. So I'm going to end with this because I thought it was so powerful. At the end of the event, I'm going to say this actually as well, because I think it might relate to some of you. I know my brain really well, and I know how things process. And, you guys, I have 10 hamsters on 10 different wheels in my head at all times, but I know exactly where they are, exactly what they're doing, why they're doing it. But I have loops in my head that I always know that something's missing. Like there's a little piece where you're like, oh, I just can't close that wheel because there's something that I haven't gotten in, maybe a flow. And you'll hear in presentations them talk about the transition line, or like, where's there this missing piece? And in one 5-minute conversation conversation with Art Jonak at the end of the event on the Sunday. We were sitting there outside the coffee shop in the lobby talking to him, and I said, I kind of pride myself in trying to simplify this, and I think a lot of us know it's a lot of information. It's a comp plan with letters and numbers and asterisks and a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm trying to figure out how to simplify this in a powerful message. And he just said 4 things and that they share, and I was like, oh my gosh. And he said 2 things about the comp plan, so just know that Bedrock's going to get on with him. He said we'll share some time, because I said, hey, you just said things in 3 minutes that just helped close a couple of those circles that are looping in my head that I know that could benefit everybody. But one of the things he said that they're really trying to get to is 4 things. And if you guys are writing these down, like I just put them in my notes when he said them, I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And we kind of know it already, but it's just the simplification of it. And he said, this is basically what we're trying to do. We educate people on what we're doing. And then it's simply this. 1, do you want to know your number? 2, do you want to do something about it? 3, do you want to help us help others? And if they say yes, right, he goes, so let me recap. Do you want to know your number? 2, do you want to do something about it? 3, do you want to help us help others? Now, if they say yes to this, you'll go, great. You can do this as a customer. By helping 4 other people learn this, you can get yours for free. And he always says the best tasting product is free. The best tasting product is free. And then the 4th is, and if you want to help us help others, would you be open to creating an income by it? Okay, so do you want to know your number? Do you want to do something about it? You guys, stop trying to convince people that know their number, know of the test, know what you're doing, and have no interest in it or whatever. You cannot convince, listen to me now, I'm preaching here. You cannot convince people who are committed to ignorance. Okay? You cannot convince people who are committed to ignorance. There's a lot of people who don't want to know their number. They do not want the true story that their blood will tell them. They don't, because they live a life that's incongruent with what their blood will show. So stop trying to do that, try to judge. We're looking for people who are looking for us. Look for people who want to know their number. If they say, don't want to know my number, that's not your audience. That's not your business. It's not your problem. You're not the tugboat, like Marie said. We ain't here to save people. We're here to be a lighthouse, showing them what's possible and that there's hope for their existence, their life, their money, all that. So this is stop trying to convince people that are committed to ignorance. Okay. So do you want to know your number? If they say yes, that's the audience. It's almost like a choose your own adventure. Those that say no, that's not your people. It's a filter. It's a sieve for a reason. So filter people out in the best of ways, because you're not worried about who you're filtering out. The beauty is who you filter in. That's what filters do. It leaves you what you want left, not what's left over. So do you want to know your number? If they say yes, perfect. Do you want to do something about it? If they say no, that's the next step of the filter, right? Find people who want to know their number and want to do something about it. And then the next one is, do you want to help us help others? If they do, then you show them a customer route for them to get their products for free while they're helping be a voice for us. And then, do you want to help us help others? And are you open to creating an income by it? Then stick around. And then the next conversation is the business one, right? That's it. And I just got excited about it. I am excited about finding simplifications of how we talk about confidently about a comp plan and how we get paid. I've been using this as an excuse not to run, because I'm not someone who likes to sound incompetent in a world where there's a bit of a trust erosion, especially in pay and all that stuff, to find ways to clearly let people know how they get paid here in confident ways and clear, simple. But we are students just like you. I needed that weekend probably more than anybody else. And I never, ever am at these events thinking, I hope my team's taking good notes. On my leg of Bedrock, there was only one person there. That's not okay. That's bad leadership. It's bad leadership on my part. And so that will change as well, right? To lead people to places where they have the best shot at having a life-changing shift. So that was kind of my, take on the event. Like Chastity said, just know that you're in a really great place. I feel like saying, scripture, remember why you came here in the first place. Remember what it was about your life that you were hoping that Zinzino could do for you. Remember why you're excited about what this does for your life, for your family, for who you get to be, who you get to lead, who you get to help. These are all things. Obviously a yellow. I learned, this is not surprising. I want to change the world. I always have. I want to help people. It matters to me about love and relationships and how we go about the world and how we treat people. It's probably the only way you could ever impress me. But I also am very red. I'm a very red personality if it's driven by cause, if it's driven by principle, if it's driven by something that I know that people need to know. And I don't care if they say no, but it won't be because they don't know. That's the mission that I'm on. I hope it's a mission that resonates with you as well. And that's what I got from the weekend and where we're headed as a team. And I hope that you stay close enough to the fire that you do your part in that. You don't need to lead. You don't need to be the star player. You don't need to be an all-American, all-Canadian. You just need to be on the team and just do your part, whatever that part is, and know that it makes a difference in a major way. You guys make a difference. You make a difference even being here on a Saturday morning. And with that, I want to close it out and keep us on time. For those of you on Tuesday, this next Tuesday, it's Bedrock Zoom as usual, except that I've invited Nathan as a special guest to do a presentation with me. I've invited Stephanie Stevens to give her testimonial, as well as Mike Weave. Many of you don't know him, but he's a long drive world champion, a semi-pro golfer, personal trainer, and he still didn't know about this test, and he failed it miserably and is now on the road to recovery like the rest of you. He's coming in to share as well. And the purpose is to have a really strong presentation for you guys. But what they announced at the event as well, that anyone that holds a meeting in June with 5 or 10 people or more, you can have a draw for the test or a product, and whenever they win, let head office know, and they will ship it to them on Zinzino's behalf. So on Tuesday, we will be having anyone you invite, let them know, oh, by the way, there's a prize draw for the very test and the product solution that they're going to be talking about for those that participate. So there'll be some winners for that. So any questions on that, you guys can, reach out to me as well. But get messaging. Invite people to hear some information that could change their life. And if nothing else, this is how I'm closing a lot of my voice messages. Hey, best case scenario, you're going to learn something that could really benefit your life. Worst case scenario, you're going to know what I'm so dang excited about, and it's a win-win either way. And that was for you, Win. So best case, they learn something that can benefit their life. Worst case, they better understand what I'm excited about. Either way, that's a win-win. So I'm going to let you guys all go. Happy Saturday. And say goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone,
Thanks
for
to
sharing.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ariana. Have a great day, and God is with you. You are strong in the Lord. We love you. We love you all.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.